This is Standing Watch. And now, Evangelist Norbert Link.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to our Standing Watch program. A new, dangerous military confrontation is developing between Russia and Ukraine. How will it end? Not in the way most people suspect or expect. AFP wrote on November 26, Ukraine's parliament approved the introduction of martial law for 30 days in border regions on Monday, as Russian state TV aired images of Ukrainian sailors captured after Moscow seized 3 of Kiev's ships in a confrontation at sea on Sunday. Ukraine and its Western allies say Russia acted against international law. The UN Security Council met in an emergency session where US Ambassador Nikki Haley warned Russia against outlaw actions. The confrontation is the latest dangerous development in the conflict, pitting Ukraine against Moscow and Russian-backed rebels in the east of the country. More than 10,000 people have been killed since the Moscow-backed insurgency broke out in April 2014, following Russia's annexation of Crimea from Ukraine. The EU observer added on November 26, Russia has rejected Western calls to free Ukrainian ships and sailors and to unblock access to the Azov Sea while trumpeting its alternative account of the crisis. The Russian foreign minister said on Monday that Moscow did not care if the EU and the US imposed extra sanctions over Sunday's naval incident. He accused Ukraine of having provoked the incident in the hope that the US and Europe, as always recklessly, will take its side. And the Russian Foreign Ministry even went further in its statement, saying that the attempt at provoking a conflict with Russia was carried out by Ukraine in coordination with the United States and the European Union. And then the article says, the clash has raised alarm in Europe that the 4-year-old Ukrainian conflict could escalate into full-blown war. Today, November 29, Reuters reported the Ukrainian claims as follows. 2 Ukrainian Azov Sea ports are effectively under blockade by Russia, as vessels are being barred from leaving and entering. Overall, 35 vessels have been prevented from carrying out normal operations, and only vessels moving towards Russian ports on the Azov Sea are permitted entry. 18 vessels were awaiting entry into the Azov Sea, and there is also a line of 9 vessels to leave the Azov Sea, and 8 other vessels are standing by. Also today, Deutsche Welle wrote, November 29, NATO members, including Germany, have been asked to send naval vessels to the Sea of Azov to back Ukraine against Russia. Germany is one of our closest allies, President Petro Poroshenko said. He also said Putin wants to bring back the old Russian Empire. Crimea, Donbass, he wants a whole country. As a Russian emperor, as he sees himself, his empire cannot function without Ukraine. He sees us as a colony. And the EU's top diplomat, Federica Mogherini, on Wednesday night issued a statement expressing utmost concern about the dangerous increase of tensions and dismay at the unacceptable use of force by Russia. But there was no mention of economic or military sanctions in the statement. And the bloc is divided on imposing further measures against Moscow. Countries such as Italy, Greece, Belgium, and Cyprus have been calling for a softer approach towards Russia, as Germany and France have focused on measures to ease tensions. Only the three former Soviet states on the Baltic Sea, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, backed by Poland and the UK, have called for tougher language against Moscow. US President Donald Trump told the New York Post on Wednesday that he didn't like what was happening. And he called on European leaders, especially Merkel, to get involved. And so subsequently, Angela Merkel gave a speech. And in the speech, she condemned Russia. But as the Deutsche Welle article says, she failed to offer any military support to Ukraine or any further economic sanctions against Russia. And that's not going to satisfy Ukraine. You might perhaps recall what happened during World War II. Originally, Ukraine, being alarmed by Stalin, was willing to collaborate and cooperate with Germany against Russia. But then, being quite concerned about Hitler's very violent expansion policy, they decided to collaborate with Russia and to fight against Germany. Something very similar is going to happen in the not-too-distant future. Ukraine will be again in the hands of Russia. And they will both, in addition to other Far Eastern countries, fight against Europe, continental Europe, under German leadership. The Bible makes this very clear. Ukraine is identified as modern Medes. The modern Medes will fight against continental Europe. We have prepared two booklets: Biblical Prophecy from Now Until Forever, and also the 10 European revivals of the ancient Roman Empire. These absolutely free booklets will tell you from the pages of the Bible what is prophesied about Russia, about Ukraine, and about continental Europe. Just as for biblical prophecy and also for European revivals. And we will be happy to send you absolutely free copies. And until next time, this is Norbert Lenk for the Standing Watch program.
Standing Watch is a presentation by the Church of the Eternal God, P.O. Box 270519, San Diego, California 92198. More information is also available at our website, eternalgod.org.